Hi, this is Jenny Brav from Radiant Wholeness Healing. I've had a few requests to do a tap along video on grief. And so I invite you to find a comfortable seat, maybe do the pre-tap warm-up video linked below if you're feeling excessively agitated or triggered. And then once you're settled, maybe have water, Kleenex nearby. We're going to get grounded and then I'll lead you in the video. We're going to be tapping on points. I'll be naming them in case your eyes are closed. You can also do your own series of points if you have your own tapping practice. And just knowing that grief can take different forms, can be triggered by many different events, the loss of loved ones, but also of a relationship, of a job, of physical ability. It can be current grief, it can be old grief. So I'll try to make it general, but also feel free to modify the words as needed to apply that to your own situation. And there will also be times when I invite that in. There may be times when I don't have you repeat what I'm saying and instead have you just go inward. So closing your eyes for a moment, taking a few deep breaths. Maybe moving your body or shaking it if that feels good right now. If you're sitting in a chair, feel your feet on the ground. And checking in briefly with the grief, not necessarily what's triggering it, but where you feel it in your body, what the impact of it is. Noticing how charged it feels right now, just so that we can track it by the end and see if it's decreased a little bit. And when you're ready, tapping on the side of your hand. Even though I'm feeling all of this grief, and it can feel really overwhelming, I love and accept myself deeply and completely, or at least I'm open to it. Deep breath. Tapping on the head. It can be just the top or all over. Hello, grief. Inside of the eyebrows. Hello, sadness. Outside of the eyes. I feel you. Under the eyes. I know you're there. Under and above the lips, breathe. Under the collarbone. I acknowledge the part of me that's not wanting to feel any of this. Middle of the sternum. I see you. Ribs. I know this can be really overwhelming. Side of the body. Who wants to feel all of this? Inside and outside of the wrist. And we can do this in our own time. Other wrist. If this is too much right now, we get to choose. All over the head. And it's possible I'm ready now. Inside of the eyebrows. Hi, sadness. Outside of the eyes. Under the eyes. It's okay to feel sad. Under and above the lips. It is sad. Under the collarbone. High body. Middle of the sternum. I feel you. Tapping on the ribs. In this part, you don't need to repeat closing your eyes if they're open. And just check in with your body, noticing where you're feeling the grief or the sadness in your body, if any part feels tight. Tapping on the side of your body. High body. Inside and outside of the wrist. Thank you for storing all of this grief for me. Other wrist. And checking in with your body, just noticing if your body has a message for you. It can be in words or sound or an image or a color, a feeling. Tapping on your head. I'm open to releasing some of this overwhelming grief. Inside of the eyebrows, to whatever extent feels accessible. Outside of the eyes, even if I don't know how. Under the eyes, it's possible my body knows. Under and above the lips, take a deep breath. And exhaling, making a little sighing sound. Ha. Under the collarbone. So much grief. Middle of the sternum. Part of me thinks it is bottomless. Tapping on the ribs. High bottomless grief. Side of the body. My grief. Perhaps some of it is inherited grief. And then pause in the tapping for a moment, taking a deep breath, closing your eyes, exhaling, making a little sighing sound out the mouth. And just invite your body to make any movement, sound, anything that might be helpful right now without thinking. And if nothing comes up, that's okay, just as an invitation. Might be shaking, might be making a ha sound as you shake, ha. Just allowing your body to guide you. Tapping inside and outside of the wrist. I don't need to be scared of my grief. Inside of the wrist. And it's possible I'm ready to release any part of it that's old. Tapping on your head. I'm inviting in some ease inside of the eyebrows, some comfort outside of the eyes, some support under the eyes. And closing your eyes for a moment and just feel into anything else you're wanting to invite in that might be able to hold the grief with care under and above the lips. I'm inviting in. And then add your own words. Under the collarbone, I'm inviting in compassion and patience. Middle of the sternum. And pausing in the tapping. Again, if your eyes are not closed, closing them. And imagining that you're dropping those qualities you just named into your crown, letting them spread through your neural pathways, throughout your whole body. All the way down to the tips of your toes. And then bringing that quality into your heart. Feeling it fill all 4 chambers of your heart. And then when you're ready, letting it radiate back out. And when you're ready, opening your eyes, tapping all over your body. Maybe shaking your body a little, if that feels good. And then touching something grounding. It can be your thighs, your chair, the earth, wood, and taking one final breath. Thank you so much.